When you say powder the pig, you're saying powder the pussy, right?
Yeah, bruh.
Okay.
This was recorded at the Media Joint.
That is so rude.
Boy, that's a bit rude.
Is it even that rude?
I know we've all put our bodies through a lot over the years, so it'd probably be good to see what's actually going on in there. But most health checks miss the big stuff. Everlab doesn't. Everlab is something completely new, a longevity program doing head-to-toe testing and personalised health strategy. They test for what actually matters, like hormone balance and early signs of disease. You'll know exactly what's going on in your body and exactly what changes to make. Get onto it at everlab.com.au. Welcome back to Season 3 of A Bit Rogue. I am your host, Skye Sydenham. This season, we're changing it up a bit. We went a whole season without doing any infy moments, no one-on-one time. Well, we did maybe one episode one-on-one with like mini infys maybe. Or maybe that was Season 1. Anyway, we're going to change it up this season. 1 every 3 episodes will be a solo sesh, so you get me one-on-one. And we'll do some really fun segments throughout. To start it off, if you don't remember what infy moments are, it's not for everyone. It's stuff that would only happen to me. There's an easy example. I was told by my management this morning that I needed to show up to an event, and I went by myself. I walk in, and the first 2 women I see, I've slept with both of their boyfriends. And that is an infy moment. It is not for everyone, because you bet I turned my ass around and went the other way. Or we have a lighter infy moment that can be for those, like if you're my mom listening, when people turn at an intersection, like let's say they're going right, but they go into the lane next to them, like they take a really big turn, like they're driving a semi. That's also an infy moment.
Is that an infy moment? That's a bit weird.
No, that's not weird.
Chat.
That's not shit chat. It's just like, what would you call it? Not a pet peeve. Just like, yeah, shit that pisses me off, you know? Don't do that. Infy.
What grinds your gears?
Yeah, it grinds my gears. You say
But
what does?
But does that then classify as an infy moment, or it just pisses you off?
Both, because it's not for everyone, you know. Triggers my emotional dysregulation.
Yeah, but that's easy to do.
All right, every single week we are going to have a segment called The Crash Out, and it's not actually going to involve me. It might, but it's what's happening in the world at the moment. Divorce is in the air, guys. This week's Crash Out is Tammy Hembrow and the Biebers have announced their divorce. Tammy wasn't married to the Biebers, but they are both separately divorcing their partners. So Tammy, semi-surprising. I honestly thought her social media posts leading up to the divorce announcement were just taking away from the incident with her brother. Not going to comment on that because we recently received a cease and desist from talking about things, so I'd rather not speak on it. I'm sure you can look it up on TikTok. But I'm also not surprised in the fact that the sisters made a video like talking to the ex, and they said something like, oh, you better treat our sister right. And they weren't joking around, like they were not playing. So if they are happy to like air it publicly, saying things like that, obviously like he was a little shitty head, you know. But I feel bad for her. She's, you know, a bit unlucky in love, that girl. Hayley and Justin.
How many is this number 1?
This is her first marriage, but
and they've got kids, don't they?
No. He
really?
was infertile, yes.
I thought she had kids.
She does. She's got 2 children to her first partner, 1 to her second partner, and then she was married to a man I shall not name. I'm not going to give him the clout unless he wants to come on the show. You know?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I
Power
do
to
feel
the
bad
P
for her.
for her.
Yeah, I feel like she's obviously in the position where she, you know, some women can't leave men because they can't afford it or they're scared to, so power to the pussy, I say.
Yeah, I was more saying that, like, you know, she's just doing her thing, building her family with, I don't know, is that judgy to say? Not judgy. No one goes into a relationship.
Well, you're trying to call her Nick Cannon.
What do you mean?
Well, what are you saying?
I'm saying that she's, you know, building her family, because she did have kids, but well, she still does. But I thought that was with the bloke that she was married to.
No.
But she's
No, this man, they weren't together very long. I feel like she got love bombed a little bit.
Right.
Anywho, I feel like a lot of the men in her lives feel a bit demasculated by her success. But listen, I'm just a fly on the wall. Next up is Hailey and Justin. That needed to happen. Justin has been crashing out online. It's giving Kanye vibes. It's very scary. And I do feel bad for Hailey because, like, imagine that being your baby daddy. And that's coming from a believer.
Why do you think he's crashing out?
Oh, he's on drugs for sure.
Yeah. Again, I'd say another power to the P for her because...
When you say power to the P, you're saying power to the pussy, right?
Yeah, bruh.
Okay. Nice.
But because she's just sold her brand, made bank.
Yeah, like $1 billion.
Yeah, something like that.
Same with Selena. She's up there.
And so she's like uber successful in her own right. And, you don't need to get caught up in all that nonsense.
No, it's a bit much. You need to go home and play daddy.
Who? He does?
Yeah. They've got a kid.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
People not understand. Kids are a lot of responsibility.
For real. What? It's coming from a mother. All right, now we have rule of the week. Every solo ep is going to have rule of the week, and they're going to come from my mistakes / learnings. Now, I'm not going to say this is a mistake at all. I actually think this is hilarious. And Jock, I don't care if you think this is a bad idea to talk about, but I want to talk about it. So A Bit Rogue did receive the first ever cease and desist. It was quite funny because the unnamed person who was spoken about on the show wanted a formal apology stating their full name along with what they were accused for. Spoken on A Bit Rogue, posted on my socials, posted on A Bit Rogue TikTok. Anyway, personally, I think that person just wanted their name out because allegedly they were kicked off an alleged show that they were allegedly filming. If you want to know what I'm referencing, you can go watch the second Daily Mail episode on season 2. However, lesson of the week is use the word alleged every time you're telling a story. Therefore, it is not a factual story that you are telling, whether that's on message, social media, or if you're in the podcasting world. Don't forget to use the word alleged because I use the word rumor, which is similar to alleged. So I didn't even know I did the right thing. However, they were actually quoting listeners' comments, not myself, yeah? So rule of the week, use the word alleged. All right?
Yeah. And we're not going to give that alleged person the airtime.
Fuck that guy. Like, honestly, fuck that guy. Listener rogue moments. So we obviously don't have a guest in here, but I still want the rogue moments rolling. And I think sometimes you get sick of hearing my rogue moments because they happen every single week. So, vast listeners, and I've got a fatty for you. Is that the right word to use? A fatty?
Yeah.
What's a fatty?
We don't want to get cancelled. Episode 1, season 3.
I thought a fatty was like a stiffy.
Could be.
Oh, okay. Anyway, let's read it. Buckle in. I've never told anyone this, and I know you'll be unhinged enough to appreciate it. So, I've been hooking up with this guy for a couple of months. Super casual, mostly late night sneaky links. Hot, tall, emotionally unavailable, obviously my type. Anyway, he lives with a couple of housemates, all normal, whatever. One night we were hooking up at his place and he says his housemates are out, so we're loud, chaotic, living our best life. After I get up and use the bathroom, I literally bump into one of the housemates. Shirtless, towel around his waist, bit awkward, he smiles and we laugh it off. That should have been the end of it. But fast forward 2 weeks, I go over to this guy's house again, except this time the sneaky link isn't home, but his housemate is. I'm not sure how that would have happened. Obviously, they would have had to message on Instagram, but anyway. We're chatting, one thing leads to another, I blame the wine. The next thing you know, I'm fully hooking up with a housemate, and mid-hookup, sneaky link comes home. I panicked, hid in the bathroom fully naked, trying to figure out my life choices. The housemate covers for me, sneaky link never found out. But now I've technically slept with 2 guys in the same house who are best mates, and neither of them know the full story. Do I know the full story? Anyway, that is pretty rogue.
That is rogue. But, like,
Good on you, Jal.
the sneaky link and the housemate are going to find out.
Oh, 100%.
So, she's going to have to find, or he.
That's like people that boof brothers or boof sisters. I'm like, what is the reason? Like, I kind of understand men that do it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but my ex did 3 sisters. And I was like, you're done. Like, claiming
Separate
it.
times?
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes it okay. Same time, weird.
But, like, it wasn't even the fact that I think he found them attractive. I think it was like, I can root
For the
all
claim.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But
like
for girls aren't walking around being like, I fucked their whole family tree. Like, girls don't do that. Do they? My
feel
friends
like
don't. My friends are classy.
Bullshit.
I mean, listen, if you boof the brother and then you meet the other one and you go, you know what, you're better looking. I get that. Power to the P.
Maybe that's a new a bit rogue slogan. A bit
Power
rogue.
to the P. I want to be inclusive though. Not everyone's got a punani, you know?
Yeah, that is inclusive if you just say power to the P. Pussy and penis.
Pussy, penis, and people. Beautiful. That starts with a P, but that's okay. All right, Mummy knows best. Listener questions. I'm going to read out 3 every solo ep, and we're going to react / if advice is needed, we'll give some, yeah?
Doesn't mean it's going to be good advice, but we'll give some.
Yeah, oh, come on. We'll get into it first, and then we'll figure out if that was good advice or not.
Yep.
Need your help because my best friend says I'm being dramatic. I've been seeing this guy for 6 weeks. Everything's going well until I stayed over and found a drawer full of Polaroids of his ex. Oh, exes, plural. Nude Polaroids. Okay. He says he keeps them there just for memories. Is that psychotic or am I insecure? That's pretty fucking disgusting. One time I was babysitting and my boyfriend at the time lent me his laptop and I plugged in my phone. And you remember how like back in the day when you'd plug your phone, I don't know if it still does it, but iCloud comes up. The first iCloud picture was his ex fully naked. Like he took the photo of her like just naked, and I can still remember like the tingling shock that went through my body. Like obviously he's not gone through his laptop and deleted photos, fair enough. But I just was like, I can't believe I had to see that. But I think that's different. Like that was an accident kind of thing. Like he just didn't know it was there. Whereas the Polaroids, like you're collecting them like a serial killer.
Yeah, and where were they? Did it say it's like in the bedside table or something?
In the drawer. Maybe he's batting off to them.
Well, that's what I wonder. Which makes it a massive red flag.
Yeah, that is a red flag. I probably wouldn't be with that person. I would much rather like my man beating off to Pornhub than the drawer full of exes. That's fucking weird. Maybe you should not be with him anymore.
I know that some people aren't a fan of partners using like even online material.
I just have no words for that. Like I see that in my local mum group all the time. People are like, oh my God, I caught my husband watching porn. And I'm like, oh my God, am I a husband? Am I? I don't think it's a problem. Hey, Skye, I need your advice. I already know you'll roast me. So I've been seeing this girl for, oh my God, I read that in a girl voice. It's a boy. Ugh. So I've been seeing this girl for a couple of months. She's unreal, super hot, good chat. But
Could be a girl.
Okay, yeah, could be a girl. I just found out she's still sharing a Netflix account with her ex. She reckons it's not that deep, but like, is it? Or am I being a stage 5 clinger? You're a freak because you should offer to pay instead. Motherfucker. If she is not having to pay Netflix, that benefits both of you. She is now pocketing $15 a month. That could go towards your coffee.
Yep.
Get over it. Unless you're going to pay. Like, I reckon you either have to pay for it or shut the fuck up.
What she should do is go through and start watching all this rogue stuff on her account or his account, and like totally messing up their Netflix algorithm.
I can't remember why I just brought up my boyfriend, the laptop boyfriend. Oh, that's right. That same boyfriend we had it wasn't a shared account. I just let him use my Netflix. And so I changed his name on his account. I can't even remember what it was, but it was like asshole or something. Not even that bad. And he was really offended, but like, get off then. And he's like, my family had to see that. He opened it in the family living room. Whatever. Yeah. You just pay for her Netflix instead. If you don't like it, you're getting roasted. Skye, you'll love this. My situationship invited me to his house party. I showed up and his actual girlfriend is there. What the fuck? What the helly? What the heliante? Wearing my hoodie that I left at his last weekend. Ooh. Do I snatch my hoodie back, out him on the spot, or burn him in? Wait, what? Burn his house down metaphorically. Oh, good. I was going to say, I'm not going to answer the last one. No, I don't want the hoodie back. You tell her she can keep it. Obviously, out him. I mean, fuck. If you've been seeing someone and they have a girlfriend, I feel like you should say something.
Especially if that other person, like that person's partner is there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just shit. Like, the fact that the girlfriend is wearing the hoodie, like, it's embarrassing. Like, she obviously thought it was a gift or something. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very weird scenario because I think there would be signs that it's like...
Yeah, I feel like we're missing a lot of the story.
You know, it'd smell like... It's clearly not going to be like
one
from the shop.
The girl clearly had COVID and couldn't fucking smell anything. And then the girlfriend. And then the girl who is the side piece, it's not your... Like, just exit. You don't want to be with him anyway. Maybe you should tell her.
How often do you reckon people actually know that they're a side piece?
I reckon some people choose to ignore it, if I'm honest.
What, ignore that they are the side piece?
Yeah.
No, but I reckon that's stupid. Like, surely, well, there's a lot of variables here, but like if you know that you're the side piece and then the main piece gets some attention, you can't get butthurt because you know that you're the side piece. You know what I mean?
Well, the best thing any footballer has ever done that I have ever dated is made me the side piece, because fuck being with any of those guys.
Yeah, no.
And obviously, like, once I found out I was side piece, like, bye, bitch. Anyway, thank you for listening to A Bit Rogue. Sorry we're a little bit MIA. I got sick and then Jock was away and then I got sick again. Love that for me. But next week, we will have a special guest. Don't forget to also, if you're watching on or listening on Spotify, if you could leave a 5-star review, or if you're on YouTube or Apple, leave a review. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening to A Bit Rogue, where we uncover the stories of athletes, artists, and celebrities with their most rogue moments.